recently I was talking to you about the struggles I've had in my own life with defining a line between my work as a metaphysician and as a chiropractor. And I'd like to share another story with you about how I have sort of removed that boundary, and I'm just kind of letting it flow now these days. I had a woman in who came in just before Christmas, and she was having some serious issues with her low back. And she was laying on the table, and the next thing I heard in my ear was, "Tell her about my feet. Tell her I have little feet." And I looked over, and coming up before me was an image of a woman, and she had these tiny little feet. They were distinctively tiny feet. And I could see her materializing in the corner of the room as this woman's laying on the table. And it's one of those conundrums. Do I say something? Do I not say something? This woman's here for chiropractic care. She's face down on the table, and some woman is appearing in the corner of the room. So I had gotten quite friendly over the few months with this woman, and I made a decision at the end of her session with me for chiropractic that I would mention this lady. And remember, we're just coming up to Christmas, and conversation came about, and she was not looking forward to Christmas. And I said, "Why?" And she goes, "Christmas for the last 6 years has not been fun for me." And I said, "Is that because your mother isn't here any longer?" And she just kind of looked, and I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Oh, she's here all right, and she's here with her tiny little feet." Well, the woman just stood stunned like a deer in headlights, and she said, "How do you know that?" And I'm like, "Well, she was just here while you were face down on the table." And she's like, "You're kidding me. What did she say?" And she said, her words to me for you were, "You need to let this go. She is perfectly fine. She is always with you. Her work here is continuing with you on the other side." And she said, "How did you know about her feet? It was such a family joke. This woman had the tiniest feet." And I said, "Well, usually when a spirit is making itself known to me, they'll give me one little detail that nobody else would know." And I certainly didn't know this woman's mother. So she chose her feet because it was a family joke.